Not so much a horror story. I worked in grocery as a stocker. We had just finished a cereal display near the front of the store compiled of about 100 boxes. In comes an older lady, around 60s, driving one of the electric carts. She's looking dead on at the display and promptly rams into the thing. Boxes go everywhere and she starts apologizing over and over and explains that she's legally blind. A customer that was nearby and saw everything asked her how she drove here if she was blind. She responded by quickly turning around and leaving the store. My mom was a manager at Walmart. She told me about this woman who was trying to steal a prepaid phone. When she got caught by security, she used the knife she was attempting to open the plastic packaging with to cut the security dude after cutting herself. She then went on to scream at him that she has AIDS and now he's going to have it for trying to stop her. When I was working at an outdoor supply store, I actually had one of these people who wanted an entire transaction returned and rerun because she had found this bitty little coupon. It was for $5 or something and she had purchased over $200 worth of merchandise, but damn it, she wanted that $5. It ended up being expired, of course, and things got so complicated that my constantly overworked manager just gave her $5 out of his own wallet and asked her to please leave. Former cart pusher. Had an old lady tried to tip me $1 after I helped her bring her newly bought plants or some shit to her car. Told her I couldn't accept it per company policy, and it was only $1, so I mean it wasn't particularly enticing. She then proceeded to roll over in her little scooter mobile and stuff it down the front of my pants. She chuckled dirtily as she rolled away. DLDR, took cold hard cash down my pants like a stripper. Happened before I got hired, but I heard enough about it from co-workers. An elderly couple would come in once a week to go shopping. The old man had troubles walking, so he would kiss his wife and go sit in the fitting room area until she was done. One day they came in and did their little kiss and he also handed her his wedding ring, like he knew something was about to happen. A couple minutes of sitting there after his wife walked off, the guy collapsed to the floor and the fitting room ladies called 911. One of the department managers of the time was also a paramedic, so he rushed over. The old guy started to cough up blood and every available associate had to come and make a wall of people so customers don't see what is going on. All of these associates saw and heard the guy choking on his own blood, now coming out of his nose and ears, dying on the floor. They were trying to find his wife and no one could find her, and the associates had to wait a half hour for the coroner to get down there and take the body. The associates who saw it still have flashbacks about it. He wanted to die ... at Walmart. Maybe he didn't want his wife to have to deal with his dead body. One day a woman stole a bottle of perfume and took it to the bathroom. She poured it out into her own container, and then proceeded to fill the container with her own piss. She then took the bottle up to returns and tried to return it. To this day I have no idea why my manager gave her the refund. It was very obvious that the woman pissed in the bottle because it was still warm. TL, Dr. Woman steals perfume, returns her own piss, and profits from Walmart. Not a Walmart employee, but we had a homeless guy die standing up taking a piss in a urinal. He somehow got wedged in between the barriers that separate urinals. Later that night the janitor found him with his crusty homeless stick in his hands. Dead. We had someone pee on one of our stock carts in the middle of the aisle. Someone put it in the back and wrote "Don't use, peed on by customer." I had the picture of it on my phone for years. I do not work at Walmart, but I had to go there on Christmas Eve and it was a horror show. Not just because of the people, but because it was about 120 degrees in the store. Everybody was sweating and cursing, people fainting, and the employees were drenched in sweat. When I was at the checkout, the cashier said "Welcome to Walmart," or as I like to call it, the surface of the fucking sun. I laughed so hard I cried. I miss that dude. Former Walmart employee. I worked returns and refunds in a small town Walmart in the Bible Belt for 3 years. Oh, the stories I could tell. My favorite refund story is a woman who returned a cock ring. A used cock ring. I didn't even know we sold those. Her reasoning? It wasn't worth the 20 minutes of my life I'll never get back. She got her money back. I used to work as a customer service supervisor at Walmart for a few years after I graduated high school. I honestly probably have hundreds of stories, but for some reason the only one coming to mind at the moment is the Chicken Man. Walmart has a hot food bar, and one particularly busy night we get a man who comes to customer service with a large bag from the hot bar. He demands a full refund. I ask him what the problem is and he starts yelling that our chicken is the worst thing he's ever tasted and he can't believe we would sell something so dry and inedible. He claimed we are a rip-off and we should have our food license revoked. I calmly apologize for his experience and say I would gladly issue the refund. He hands me the large bag and it's completely empty. Me, sir, where is the chicken? Him, well, I ate it all. Me, I thought it was inedible. Him, dead silence. Facepalm. So he's telling me he wants a refund on the inedible chicken that he ate? I denied his refund and sent him on his way. I was unloading a freight truck at the time and the woman that works at the fabric counter calls over the intercom for a manager. Then maybe 2 minutes go by and she yells for management on the intercom again, and it's clear by the tone of her voice that something is going down. Then maybe 20 seconds or so go by and all I hear over the intercom is help. Some of us are about to go see what's going on, but our manager says he'll take care of it. Turns out 2 sisters and their kids were tearing apart the store. The sisters were eating food right out of the bags. One of the kids was throwing jars of baby food at the wall and the rest were opening items off the shelves. The yell for help came when the oldest kid proceeded to piss on the carpet in the clothing department, and when the 2 sisters were confronted with this they just laughed and said it was our job to clean it up. They got banned from the store and I was told the police had to forcibly remove them. Former Walmart employee from Florida checking in. Walmart was my first job at 18, and as with most new employees, I got stuck with the crappy third shift for the first few months. As a cashier on third shift, my job was mostly to stay awake and zone my area. Staying awake was almost never an issue, though, because at precisely 1:30 AM I would get the Bumblebee as a visitor. The Bumblebee was an old woman wearing a bee Halloween costume. Stinger, wings and everything. She was never outrageous in her behavior, she never purchased anything weird, she was just a bee and I never asked. I worked in the electronics section at Target for 6 months about 13 years ago. I'm sure there were plenty of eyebrow-raising things that happened, but the only event I remember was a good one. Some 40-year-old woman came in demanding either a refund or for someone show her how to play SW Knights of the Old Republic Xbox game. I obviously had to call my manager and I remember it took a long time to find the keys to open the Xbox demo station, but my manager obliged and asked me to help her out. This woman, who must have been an angel in disguise, made me play KOTOR with her for about an hour. Then she just walked away. Problems, that's lame, dank memes, no shame, Jake Paul, no fame, hate them all just the same, Hank Hill, propane, Don Trump, presidential campaign, JumboPineapple, my name, dank memes, no shame.